welcome to today's live. Today we're going to be talking about the act of public speaking, how to be a great presenter. Okay, so the main topic is actually 7 tips to make you a confident presenter. All right, so we're going to jump right into it right now. Okay. Hi, Nenny. Hi, Celine. Welcome, guys. Celine is my regular. Esther Ogochukwu, Arabian CEO, Nimor. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hey. How many of you were in the part 1 of this live? This is part 2 of the public speaking live. Let me pin it. How many of you were in the part 1 of the public speaking live? Let me know. Let me know. How many of you were in the part 1? I look gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Okay, let me be serious. How many of you guys were in the part 1 of the public speaking live? The first one we did. How many of you were in the part 1? Because this is actually part 2. Okay, let me know. I have a lot of sauce for us today. See my notes. Can you all see my notes? I take you guys very serious. Can you see my notes? Sure you can see my notes, Abby. You can see. I take you guys very serious. So when we do live, I prepare. Okay, so the topic for today is actually 7 tips to make you confident when you're public speaking. So 7 tips to make you confident when you're public speaking. If you missed the part 1 that I did the part 1, I think about 2 months ago. About 2 months ago, thereabouts. It's on my page. It's on my my page. My page. Anyway, so today is actually the part 2, and I have made a lot of money from public speaking. Like, this is not an aspire to acquire something. Like, I've actually made a lot of money from public speaking. Like, that's what I do for a living. Part of what I do. So I'm very excited. And the truth is that no matter how smart you are, no matter how amazing your ideas are, no matter how much content you have, if you cannot deliver it properly, if you cannot pass your message across properly, it's almost a waste of time, right? Okay, please, I want you guys to share this live on your pages, like on your stories or whatever, and tell people that you should come and learn stuff. Okay, because today is going to be really hot, okay? So share with your friends, share with everybody. I want us to be a lot today. So as I was saying, no matter how smart you are, no matter the kind of content you have, no matter how precise or whatever, no matter how deep you are, if you cannot pass your message across properly, if you're not a good speaker, a good presenter, you can actually lose a job, you can lose a contract, you can lose an argument, a lot of things, and then most importantly, you can lose money just because you cannot articulate your ideas properly, right? And sometimes you may go and, let's say, bid for a contract, or you may go and present your business somewhere, or you may go and pitch. Let's say a company says they need someone to supply, let's say, electronics, right, to them, and you can actually supply the electronics. Your things are of good quality. Then they call you and somebody else, your competitor, to come and pitch to them. Okay, why are your electronics better? Why should we patronize you? Why should we buy from you? Whatever. Okay, and even though your pricing and all may be better, if you're not able to speak to them properly, deliver that message properly, you will lose that contract. You will lose that job just because you don't speak properly. And your product may be better, your delivery may be, everything you have may be better, but if you're not able to pass that information across in the best way possible, you will lose that contract. So this public speaking is actually not just for people who are going to stand and speak to like crowds and all that, but it will actually help you in everyday life if you want to pitch your business and all of that. Okay, and most importantly, to make you make more money. Okay, so that's why I'm so excited about this. Yeah, so like I said, the topic, this is part 2 of the public speaking series, and the topic for today is 7 tips to make you confident when presenting. 7 tips to make you confident when presenting, when public speaking, and all of that. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into it. But first of all, I want to ask those of you that were in the part 1. This is actually part 2. Those of you that were in the part 1, have you started putting things into practice, like the things we taught in the part 1? I'll just do a little recap. I said in the part 1, I think I said be time conscious, dress like the money you're talking about, dress to impress. Okay, I said Nigerians are very visual. I said understand that you're the professional in the room. I said observe your crowd, because sometimes your crowd one person in the audience can spoil your whole presentation. Okay, I spoke about that last time. I'm just going to watch it on my page. I said be personal, I said be emotional, try and be funny, bring some swag or attitude into it. Don't just go and you're just talking monologue. No, be a bit dramatic, right? I also said interaction, right? Like, as I've been talking to you guys, I'm actually interacting. Oh, thank you, Ehi. As I'm talking to you guys, I'm interacting with you. So hello, Mikkel, how are you doing? I'm interacting with you guys. Then I said be vulnerable. Yeah, be vulnerable. Tell your story, right? There are many things I've said about myself that may not really be fantastic, but I've made a lot of money by sharing those private stories. So who cares? So when you're public speaking and all, you have to be emotional, you have to be open, right? You have to be open, you have to be honest, you have to be vulnerable. I'm not saying you can't say your life history, but at least people need to connect to you, and they connect through stories, right? Then I spoke about confidence, being energetic, have some energy. So that's just a recap of last. So this is part 2. Now, like I said, the number one thing, those who are just joining us, our topic for today is becoming a great public speaker, but the subtopic is 7 tips to make you confident when prospecting. I advise you write down stuff. It will really help you to remember. Number 1 is prepare to the best of your ability. That's number 1. Prepare to the best of your ability. Okay, what do I mean by that? See, the truth of the matter is that the worst thing that can happen to you is you go and speak somewhere, you go and pitch your idea, pitch your product, or let's say you work in the bank, for example. And I know banks have like weekly meetings, right? Monday morning meetings where they shred them. They come and say, okay, present what your bank has done this week, present what your targets. Everybody has a target in the bank. What have you done? If you're a branch manager, what have you been able to do? And that may be what you're called to do, right? If you don't prepare, I say, God, you'll be totally destabilized. Even for this life, I've been doing public speaking for about 7 years now, and I can speak from my head, right? But even for this life, I prepared. Like I showed you guys earlier, I have notes. You can see the seven tips I wrote here. I have notes. Like you can't just enter a meeting like that. So number 1 is prepare to the best of your ability. Don't just prepare shabbily, right? I'm going to share with you 7 tips here, and even out of the 7 tips, I even have extra to give you guys, right? So prepare to the best of your ability. That's the first one, right? Whether you're pitching your idea to a prospective client, whether you work in, let's say, the bank, or you work in a corporate office and you're presenting what you have done for the week or for the month, whether you're in network marketing and you're presenting your business opportunity, whatever you're doing, prepare to the best of your ability. Okay, have your slides ready, have your points ready. I see some people can train and present from their head. I don't know how to do that. I can, but I like to have points, even if it's just written down, right? Even if it's just have points written down, so you will not go there and just start talking, shooting and miss. Okay, so that's the first one. Prepare to the best of your ability, right? Number 2, proper introduction. Ensure that you are properly introduced. That's number 2. Ensure that you are properly introduced. That's number 2, right? Number 1 is prepare to the best of your ability. Number 2 is that ensure that you are properly introduced. Why is that? It will pass on belief to the people you're speaking to. Thank you, guys. Right? If you're going to present somewhere, it's very important that somebody introduces you. That's why in like churches, if you have a guest speaker, you notice the guest speaker will never come and start talking. Oh, my name is Pastor Mrs. for lunch. Or no, somebody will come, read out the person's biography, what they have done, their achievements, how far they've gone in life, if they have kids, all the things, good things about them. And then they will now introduce the person. They will edify the person. Then the person will now come and speak. What does that do? It puts your audience in the right frame of mind. When you're introduced properly, it already does like 10% or 30% of the work for you. Your audience is expectant. Your audience respects you. Are you following? They are expectant. They respect you. But if you just go and you're just talking and all that, the respect is kind of reduced. They're like, who is this person? Who are you? And why should I listen to you? That is why before any speaking or whatever, the proper introduction, you are edified, right? So take note of that. If you've been, and it doesn't even have to be a gangster person that can introduce. It can be anybody. Oh, just go and speak on my behalf. Just go and speak. Or let the person know what's your name, what's your background, what you have done, and then they will introduce you. So that's very, very important. Okay. Now, it also transfers belief into the people you're speaking to. They'll feel, oh, this guy is a professional, this lady is a professional, right? Somebody goes and say, oh, this is let's say Favor, for example. This is Favor. She has done worked in NGOs for 10 years of her life. She has coordinated different NGOs. She has done this, that. She has helped lots of people, and right now she wants to come and speak to you on how to run an NGO. Guess what? That is more power. Before you even come and start talking, people are already excited and they want to say, okay, let me hear from this Favor who has done all these amazing things. Then when you now come and start talking, they're already open and receptive to you. That's why number 2 is so important. Ensure that you are properly introduced. Now, what if there's in a case where you're not introduced, right? There may be cases where you're going to go and speak publicly somewhere and there's nobody to introduce you. Nobody tells you anything. Nobody's there to come and say, oh, this person is a great person. What are you going to do? Introduce yourself. See, it will be terrible if you just go and do a presentation, a training, or something somewhere, and they don't get to know you. They don't know who you are. They don't know where you're coming from. They don't know anything about you. Introduce yourself, right? Go there, say, my name is Aderonke Koshimani. I'm a public speaker. I've had this business for the past 7 years. I've helped up to 10,000 women to be successful. I've helped 5,000 people successful. I have offices in different parts of the Nigeria, and I'm here to show you exactly how to earn money financially. I'm here to show you how to move to the next level. I'm here to show you how to be, how to save and how to be wealthy. Guess what? Introduce yourself. It's okay. Some people say, no, I don't want to introduce myself. I don't want to blow my trumpet. It's not blowing your trumpet. It's just being professional, right? Now, what if somebody introduces you and it's fine, but they don't introduce you properly? What if they don't read all your accolades? What if they don't see all the things you have done? When you go to speak, when they hand over the microphone to you or something, you have the rights. I give you the permission to introduce yourself again. Are you following? If someone doesn't introduce you properly, introduce yourself. This number 2 point is so important, right? Let me give an example. And it's not just public speaking, let's say in a gathering. It can be just you and somebody, right? You have a one-on-one with somebody. Tell them who you are. Tell them what you've done. You want to pitch your company or pitch your product to somebody. Tell them what you have done before you start talking. It may be brief. Now, don't go and start talking for 20 minutes and saying how great you are. Nobody cares, right? But at least introduction should be like 2-3 minutes and then you start speaking, right? So that's it. Now, after you introduce, the next thing you should do is tell a story, right? Tell a story. That's the next thing you should do. Tell a story. Why do we say you should tell stories? Because it is very personal. Okay, tell a story. This tell a story, I said, it's not even part of my notes, so I'm just adding it. So that means I've changed it from 7 things to 8 things. Anyway, tell a story. Why is that? That will make your audience feel closer to you, okay? So somebody goes to go and introduce me, for example. They've said, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a public speaker, I help people make money, blah, blah, blah. And then after everything, I now come, I say, thank you for that amazing introduction. I'm so excited to have you all here. You're all welcome to this lovely meeting. I'm going to share XYZ with you. But let me tell you why I'm so passionate about my business, right? 6 years ago, I was working in an office and I was working very hard, but salary was never enough. I worked for a period of time, and instead of me to be promoted or my salary to be increased, my salary was slashed down. And after I came to my boss and said, why are you slashing my salary? And they said, oh, things are hard in the country. And on that day, I realized that hope is not a strategy. I started looking for something else to do, and a friend of mine showed me this and I joined, and now I'm very successful. Now, what have I done? In less than 40 seconds, I've shared my story with you guys, and you guys feel like, okay, I understand Ronke. I know where she's coming from. No wonder she likes business. No wonder, whatever. Just that short story I have shared, I've opened up myself. Yes, I mentioned no salary was never enough. It's okay to be vulnerable with people. Like I said in the last live, it's okay to be vulnerable with people. People feel like, oh, I know you and all that, and then they're relatable. That way, anything you say after, it just goes smooth. They feel like they know you, they like you, you are their friend, they get where you're coming from, and all of that, right? Now, let me back up a bit. Why are introductions so important? Why are introductions so important? It makes you relatable, okay? So if, for example, you go to speak to, let's say you're in church, for example, right? And you're speaking to women, right? When you're introducing yourself, or they're introducing you, if they mention, oh, she's a wife, she's a mother, she's blessed with a beautiful baby girl, anybody there who is a wife automatically likes you. Anybody there who is a mother automatically likes you. You're going to speak somewhere and they say, oh, she graduated from ABU Zaria. Anybody in the crowd that went to ABU Zaria, they like you automatically. Anybody in the crowd that is married to someone that went to ABU Zaria likes you automatically. Anybody in the crowd that has a friend, I don't know if you're getting what point I'm making. It makes you so relatable. Anything you say, that can help you get people on your side when you're public speaking, do it. So what are you doing? Little by little, little by little. You've not even started the main message. You've not started the main message, but just by doing a good introduction, just by saying your story, just by them saying things about yourself, the crowd is already liking you. Are you following? Public speaking is mental. It's very, very mental. It's not so much about just what you say, but how you say it. Like the way I'm speaking now, I'm not just, imagine if I was talking like this. Hello guys, how is everything? So you guys will be like, what's wrong with that? But because I'm speaking, I'm moving back, I'm moving forward, I'm gesticulating, I'm cracking jokes and all that, you guys are enjoying it. So it's more mental and all that, okay? So that's number 3. Tell a story, right? Story is personal, okay? Number 4 is study your audience beforehand. That's number 4. Guys, you need to share this live on your stories. Go and tell people I'm doing like this. This content I'm dropping is too hot for the number of people I'm seeing here. Please, let's go on. Let's share it. Share it. Okay? So number 4 is study your audience beforehand. Guys, this is extremely, extremely important. Let me tell you something. The worst thing that can happen to you, is if you're going to speak somewhere and you've already planned, you're expecting to meet a particular type of audience, and you get there and you meet a totally different type of audience. It can throw you off balance. Study your audience beforehand. If you're going to go and present to a set of, let's say, doctors, no, okay, I'm going to go and speak to doctors. If you're going to present your business to doctors, the way you talk to doctors is not the same way you talk to lawyers. It's not the same way you talk to young people, Gen Z. If you're going to, let's say my school, Covenant University, calls me to come and speak to students on entrepreneurship, the way I'll speak to the students is not the same way I will speak if I'm called to go to National Assembly to speak to House of Rep members about savings or whatever. My delivery will be different. My slide will be different. I may be sharing the similar points, but because of the audience I'm speaking to, I will literally say almost 2 different delivery topics, almost 2 different things, right? So you must study your audience beforehand. It's so important. It's so important. Why do you need to study your audience beforehand? It will make you look smart. If I'm going to go and speak to, hi Elijah, hey, see my friend. If I'm going to go and speak to a set of doctors, for example, right? What am I going to do? I already know that I need to be on my game. I need to be on my top game. I need to be very smart. I'm going to be talking about medical terms. If I'm going to go and present to doctors now, I will talk about money and all, but I'll first warm them up. I'll first talk about maybe things about medicine. I'll maybe crack a medical joke. Talk about doctors in Nigeria. Talk about how doctors are jackpying. I'll shall say some medical things before I even enter my topic. Why am I doing that? Because I have studied my audience. I know that they are doctors. Once I start saying all those doctor things, guess what? Automatically they just like me. Like, oh, it will make you sound smart. It will make you sound smart. You're going to present to, let's say, engineers, for example. Know some engineering terms. And how do you do it? Google. Just go on Google and check. Okay, I'm going to speak to Nigerian Association of Engineers, for example, right? I just go online. How long has the association been in existence? Who is their president? What do they do? Blah, blah, blah. Bam. 5 minutes of Google will make you look very smart. Let me give you an example, okay? So recently, not even yesterday, I went to speak to some women. It's a female agency in Nigeria, right? And before I went, I've taught you guys, I always practice. I prepare. So I went online and I Googled the agency, let's say Ministry of Women Affairs, for example. I Googled Ministry of Women Affairs. Once I Googled, I checked what are their goals. What have they done? Who have they partnered with? Once I got into the meeting, after my introduction, the next thing I started talking about their organization. I said, the women, Ministry of Women Affairs, we have 3 goals. Number 1 goal is women empowerment. Number 2 goal is welfare of women. Number 3 goal is getting women into politics. These are the 3 goals that you people have. Guys, as I said it like this, they were nodding their head like, this woman knows what she's saying. This happened yesterday. Like, they were nodding their head like, this woman, she knows our three goals of the agency. Guess what? Everybody was, not everybody, but almost everybody was like, okay, she's smart. What did I do? Google. So this number 4 is so important, guys. Study your audience beforehand. It will make you look smart. Now, when you study your audience, when you know your audience, it will affect the way you dress. It will affect the way you dress. Yesterday, do you know what I wore? I wore a boo-boo. I wore a boo-boo. Long boo-boo. Covered. Everywhere was head to toe. Covered. Are you following? My makeup, simple. I didn't use lashes. Because I knew I was going to go and speak to elderly women. And some of them may be saying, see her lashes, she'll soon start flying. I didn't fix lashes. I did my makeup. I looked nice. I wore a long dress. Simple. Covered up. I wore a boo-boo. That's what I did. Today I went there again. The same thing I wore. This is not what I wore today. Oh. I've changed. I wore a boo-boo. Why? Because I know my audience. I know what they like to see. I know what they want. So I dress for them. Do you understand? You're going to go and speak to let's say you're a Christian. You're a Christian, right? You're going to go and speak to Muslims. Like some years back, a teammate of mine told me that, oh, she has some prospects in the mosque, right? And she wants me to come and talk to them. I will not say, no, I'm a Christian, I cannot go. It's business. I went. I wore a long jalabia. I wore scarf like this, covered my head like this. And I went there, very conservative. Why? Because I know my audience. Obviously, they know I'm a Christian. They know I'm a Christian. But they feel like, oh, this woman dressed for us. They are impressed. It's so important. So knowing your audience will help you in the way you dress and the way you act and all of that, okay? And also, you know the kind of things that you can say, the kind of things you cannot say. There are some jokes you cannot crack there if you know your audience, right? To help you prepare. So I don't want to overflog this point. The upper month or so, I did retreats. I have a team, my network marketing team. I have a team all over Nigeria, right? So I did a retreat in Port Harcourt for my South team. I did a retreat in Enugu for my Southeast team. I did a retreat in Lagos for my Southwest. I did in Kano and all of that. Guess what? I look like a totally different person in each place. What I wore in Kano is not what I wore in Kaduna. Sorry, it's not what I wore in Abuja. What I wore in Abuja is not what I wore in Lagos. What I wore in Lagos is not what I wore in Enugu. What I wore, as in, for each place, I dressed for them. Why? Because I know my audience, right? So that's number 4. Number 5 is speak their language. I think this is also similar to number 4. It's similar to number 4. So I think I'll just mark. So let this be 4B. This should be 4B, right? Number 4 is study your audience beforehand. And number 4A is study your... Number 4A is study your audience beforehand. And number 4B is speak their language, right? So if I'm going to go and speak to slay queens now, let's say someone called me to come and speak to Abuja mommies, right? Let's say moms at brunch, Abuja mommies. I'll be on point now. I'll act how they want me to act. I'll say what they want me to say. I'll speak like them. I'm going to talk about all these wedding things, marriage things, kids things, and all things that they want to hear, right? So speak their language, right? I went to present the other day to pastors. Someone invited me for a pastor's meeting, bless her soul. And what did I do? Scriptures. I just went to Google scriptures on finances, scriptures on money. As I started talking, I said like I don't remember the exact scriptures, the exact place, but I said things like, my people perish for lack of knowledge. I said the wisdom of a poor man is despised. As I was talking, the pastors were like, hey, this girl knows how far. So I used the scriptures and I related it to money and my business. Do you understand? I didn't just go and just start presenting the normal presentation. No, I knew that they were pastors. I knew that they're godly and they're scriptural. So I said what they wanted to hear. Then I introduced my business. If you understand this point, because this thing can make or break your meeting. Because some of you'll be presenting, you are using Gen Z presentation for old people. Our business, we have products. This bracelet is a product from my business. Yeah. Now, if I'm going to speak to elderly people, I'm going to talk more about the health. We have healthy products. I'll talk about healthy products and all that, right? But if I'm speaking to the younger generation, they don't care about their health. They want to look good and fine. So what do? I'll now speak about things like this, the fashionable one. I'll speak about the one you can place on your phone, things like that. Do we understand? If you understand this point, say I understand quickly. Because this is extremely important, guys. This is extremely important. If you understand, go to the comments and say I understand. Oh yeah. Let me hear from you. If you understand, go to the comments. Wow, I have a meeting by 9, so we're gonna be out of here in the next 10 minutes. I'm not seeing your responses. Oh, all this content I'm giving you, please be answering me. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Okay, hey, I understand. Tebe says I understand. Okay, good, awesome. Charity, Gazaki. Okay, I see you. Awesome. So let's continue. What number are we on? Let me know if you guys are following me. What number are we on? What number are we on? I want to see if you guys are following me. What number are we on? Guys, what number are we on now? Oh yeah, number 5. I don't want to wait for you guys. Number 5, okay? So number 5 is have a goal. Thank you, Franny. Have a goal for your public speaking. Every meeting you have, there should be a goal attached to it. Are you following? That's number 5. Have a goal for the presentation. Have a goal for the meeting. Have a goal for the public speaking class. Have a goal for the delivery. Have a goal for the pitch. No, we're on number 5, freedom. Not number 4, number 5. See, you are not a motivational speaker. Except you are a motivational speaker. No problem. Right? But I tell my people, I'm not a motivational speaker. Yes, I'm motivated, but I'm not a motivational speaker. If I go and run a presentation, the point is to get customers. That's the point. If you go and bid for a contract, you're not going there to impress them, to go and tell them how good your products are. You're not there to go and impress them and tell them how nice your address, how good your product is. No. You are there to sell that phone. You are there to sell that hair. You are there to supply those goods. You are there for them to pick your company as the company that do supplies for them, right? If you're in my business, you're there to get people to sign up. So have a goal when you're going for a meeting, when you're going for a presentation, when you're speaking to anybody, have a goal. My goal is that when I'm leaving this meeting, 5 of them are going to join. My goal is that when I'm leaving this public speaking, whatever you're going to go and do, they're going to buy my product. Have a goal. You're not a motivational speaker. Aspire to acquire to perspire. No. Please, have a goal, okay? So that's fantastic. And most of these things I've learned is from my business, right? Nobody came and taught me, Ronke, this is what you do. I actually learned it on my business as I was doing things, and that's why I'm now teaching you guys as much as possible, okay? My La Buena Vida business, right? So that's number 5. Have a goal for the presentation. What information do you want to get across to them? Whatever wants to codes must drop, right? So that's number 5. So number 6 is, did we get number 5? Did you get number 5? Let me know. Did we get that? That's very important. Okay? Then number 6 is, before I jump to number 6, let me know if you got number 5. Let me know if you got number 5. Let me know if you got number 5. You can see I'm having fun. That's a tip, a bonus tip. When you present, have fun. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. As in just vibe. People like it when you're free and when you vibe, okay? So number 6 is sharpen your tools. That's number 6. Sharpen your tools. Guys, I'm looking fine now. Damn it. Wow. Sharpen your tools. That's number 5. Number 5 is sharpen your tools, okay? What do I mean? See, if you're going to present somewhere, if you're not gonna let me not jump. Have your slides ready. If it's a proper presentation, have your slides ready. Have your laptop ready. Let your laptop be charged. Come with your charger. I've seen people go for presentations and it's time and they're like, oh my God, I forgot my charger. Oh my God, I forgot my pointer. Oh my God, my laptop is not coming on. Oh my God, I don't have a flash. Excuse you, what is that? Sharpen your tools. Sharpen your tools. If you're going to talk about your products or whatever, go with your products. Are we following? Go with your products. You want to go, let's say you make bags, right? And you want to go and pitch your bags to somewhere. Go with your samples. Go with your tools. Go with a flyer that talks about your products. Always sharpen your tools. Don't just go there. They say, okay, do you have a flyer? I don't have. Okay, do you have a business card? I don't have. Okay, do you have a sample? I don't have. So I don't understand. So what did you come to do? I don't get it. I'm not understanding. Sharpen your tools, okay? Make sure where you're going there's lights there. If it's a proper presentation, is there lights there? Or do they have generators? What's happening? Someone to go for presentation, no form, no interest form, no nothing. Now wow. Anyway, that's number six. So always have samples, always sharpen your tools, always go with forms and all of that, okay? And number seven is, are we ready for number 7? Before I drop it like it's hot. Are we ready for number 7? If you're ready, go to the comments and say, I'm ready. Are we ready for number 7? Thanks, dear royalty. Thanks. Are we ready? What do they have now? I don't understand though. You sell bed sheets. You go to go and pitch you go to a hotel. You want them to buy bed sheet from you. You don't go there with samples. So it's your mouth you want to use. Let me know good day. I don't want to be violent this night. Number 7 is prepare for unforeseen circumstances. Prepare for unforeseen circumstances. That's number 7. And you guys are like, which one is unforeseen circumstances, my dear? Village people are everywhere. They are everywhere, okay? Prepare. You're going to go and present somewhere. You have your slides ready. Everything is ready. You have good slides. You have pictures to show them. You have statistics. You have a graph. And then you get there. Bam. Their TV is not working. Or your projector just packs up. Your projector is no longer working. Or there's no lights. And somehow the generator stopped working. And there's no fuel. There's fuel scarcity. Now, your whole mind before you got there was, when you get there, you're going to have your laptop, you're going to set up your laptop, and you're going to present. And now, no more room for presentation with a slide, no light, no TV, no nothing. What are you going to do? It has happened to me before. The time I had a presentation, there were about 1,000 people, guys, in Port Harcourt. 1,000 people, human beings. Hey, God. And then I was like the last speaker. So we our presentation, we do it in batches. So somebody will speak, then somebody else, then me, right? And I was supposed to go and come and close the deal. Only for us to get there, the generator. They say the generator is having issues. Guys, the lights went off. AC went off. Microphone, public address system went off. You don't understand. The place was dark. Hey, God. Hey. You guys are not getting what I'm saying. No. 1,000 people. In fact, there were people outside that couldn't even get in. And there's no lights, no public address system, no projector, no nothing. The guys, the two people who were speaking before me, things were still on and off. It was now when it was now my turn. Nothing. Guys, I got on stage. If it was you, what would you do? I got on stage like this. I said, my people are already invited. I cannot mess up. I need to talk. Thank God my voice is loud. I naturally have a loud voice. Like, as I'm talking to you now, I'm not shouting. No, this is my voice. Like, I'm not actually shouting. This is actually my voice. My voice is always loud. So I just started talking. No slide, nothing to show them. I was just talking from my head. I was just talking. I was just I was doing GBGB for them. And at the end of the meeting, people paid. I prayed before that meeting. When that thing was happening, I was praying. I was speaking in tongues. I was speaking. I said, God, you cannot disappoint me. So I was actually, so prayer is good, right? So I spoke and people actually made payments. They paid. And some of them were like, as they were paying, they were like, I don't know what I'm paying for, but let me just go and pay. And they literally, some of them didn't know what they were paying for. And then the lights came up, but it was later. So guess what? Prepare. Do you understand? So because I already had my presentation in my head, I already knew that if this kind of thing happens, what do? I was already prepared. I didn't know it would happen, but mentally I'm always prepared. So I knew what to say. If you're going to present somewhere and you have facts, you have statistics, please write it down. Apart from your slide on your laptop, write it down. The meeting I went for yesterday, to the presentation for women I went for yesterday, right? I wasn't sure if they were going to have a projector and all that. They said we were going to have, but I didn't want to. From my experience in public speaking, I don't take what people say I don't take it 100%. I always prepare for the worst, right? So I had 2 presentations. I had the presentation in my laptop that I was going to use if there was a slide, if there was a projector. Then I had my presentation written down in my book, my points written down in I go everywhere with my diary. In my diary. So my goal was that in case I get there and there's no slide or whatever, I can't project my whatever, I will speak from my notes. And I won't just be thinking, hey, what did I say? Okay, so that's number 7. Prepare for unforeseen circumstances. Yeah. So guys, that's it. Those are the 7 tips to make you a confident presenter or public speaker, right? And as you guys already know, if you're regular in my life, I always give bonus. So if I say I'm going to teach you 10 steps to become successful, I'll give the 10 steps and I'll give like extra bonus. If I say I'm going to say 5 points, I'm going to give 5 and then extra bonus, right? So I'm just extra like that. All right. So I'm going to give you 3 extra tips to make you a confident presenter. But before I do that and call it a day, I'm going to just recap for those who are just joining us. Okay. I said tip number 1, prepare to the best of your ability. I said tip number 2, ensure that you are properly introduced. Ensure you're properly edified by someone else before you go and present. And if nobody's there to introduce you, introduce yourself, okay? Number 3, I said tell a story. Tell stories. Very important. Number 4, I said study your audience beforehand. Know who you're going to go and speak to, okay? And then number 4B is speak their language, right? Number 5 is have a goal for your presentation, have a goal for your pitch, have a goal for your public speaking and all that. If you make clothes, for example, I saw my friend here, Chidima, fantastic fashion designer. She makes clothes. Chidima Palago, she makes clothes and all that, right? If, for example, she's going to a school to go and pitch, they're looking for someone to make their uniforms for them. If she's going there to go and pitch, for example, she must go there with samples. She must know her audience. What kind of school is it? Is it a Muslim school? When she's presenting, she must talk about the hijab to cover their hair. If it's a Christian school, okay, what's the length of the dresses? You know what I mean? So know your audience before you go. She must have a goal. Okay, by the time I'm done with this presentation, they are going to choose me to make uniforms for them. Okay, by the time I'm done with this meeting, they are going to choose me to make their housewares, things like that. Have a goal. Don't just go and be talking to you. No, have a goal for. Did I just do that? Anyway, you guys are used to me. Have a goal for every presentation you're going for. Number 6, I said sharpen your tools, and number 7 is prepare for unforeseen circumstances. Okay, so what's the bonus? The bonus I'm going to give to you guys, I have 2 bonuses for you. Number 1 bonus is maintain eye contact. Maintain eye contact, right? If it's a crowd you're going to speak to, if there are 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 30 people or whatever, have eye contact. Let me show you who to have eye contact with. When you start speaking, if you do the things I taught you, you're going to have people in the audience that will like you automatically, right? Now, pick somebody in the hall that is concurring to what you're saying. While you're speaking, they're nodding their head, they are doing like this, they are paying attention. Have eye contact with the person. While you're talking, look at the person and maybe smile, just look at them and smile. You're talking, you just catch their eye and you just smile or whatever. Have eye contact. Have eye contact with 1 or 2 people and all that, okay? So that's very important. That's one of the bonus. The second bonus is use hand gestures. Use hand gestures. You guys already know. I cannot talk like this. I must be giving you, I must be, my hand must be moving. Like, it has to move, And that makes you more, it makes you more animated. And it makes it less boring, right? It's not a monologue. You're just talking. No, it makes you interesting. It makes you more whatever. Make your points across. Things like that. Use hand gestures and all of that. Okay, so those are the 2 tips. The third tip I'm going to give you, because I like to give the third bonus. This is bonus. Now I already did 7 tips. This is now the bonus. The third bonus is know somebody's name in the audience, right? If you can, if I'm doing a presentation, I always ask people their name. If I'm talking to like 20, 30, 40 people, 100 people, whatever, and I can come down, I ask them their name. Okay, so for example, what's your name, sir? He says, oh, my name is Tunde. Okay, so Tunde, let's say you join my business right now, and in the next 6 months, you start making up to 100K. Won't it be fantastic? Tunde says yes. What have I done? I have automatically taken Tunde. Tunde now starts feeling like he's part of my business, right? So if you're going to speak to an audience, if it's going to, like I said last week, the other time, make it interactive. But try and know 1 or 2 people's names. While you're talking, refer to them. Oh, so Kemi, what did you say the other day about whatever? Oh, okay. Abdul, do you live in Lagos? You live in Lagos? Okay, fantastic. So tell me now, Abdul, how long did it take you to come from your house to this place? What am I doing? I'm calling people's names. I'm interacting with them. Abdul will love me automatically. Jonathan, and other people are like, oh, she may call my name soon. Oh, that kind of thing. It just makes these are, like I said, presenting is public speaking is mental, right? It's not just about what you're saying. It's not just about your content, but it's about your delivery, how you're saying it, the extras, what you're doing, all those things, right? So that's it, guys. We've come to the end of this live. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sure you enjoyed it because I gave it to you. Anyway, why am I playful? Why am I playful like this? Okay, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm gonna be ending the live now. Next week we're gonna. Should I tell you what we're gonna talk about next week, or should it be a surprise? You guys should set your alarm. You people that are coming late, set your alarm because you know it's 8 o'clock. We have a date every 8 o'clock on Wednesday. So just set your alarm, right? So next week I'm gonna be talking about how to deal with difficult prospects, how to deal with difficult customers, how to deal with difficult prospects, how to deal with difficult clients. That's what I'm going to talk about next week. Okay, so make sure you set your alarm, and next week I may not even record it. Okay. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you Ogochi, my teammates. Thank you Demi. Thank you Tebe. Thank you Favor. Thank you guys. Okay, so next week we're going to be talking about how to deal with difficult human beings in our business. So please, I'm gonna make the flyer available this week. Share the flyer because next week is going to be gangster. See, guys, I want us to be 100 though. I'm not understanding this number I'm seeing. I don't like it. I don't like this number. So I want us to be 100, and I know we can do it. So I'm gonna bring the flyer out early. Start posting it everywhere so that people will enjoy what you're enjoying. Okay? All right, guys. Bye. I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'm happy you got a lot of value. Have a nice day. Bye. Go and set your alarm for 8 o'clock every Wednesday. Okay, bye-bye.